Welcome to Driving the Conversation, a new collision repair industry podcast series powered by ICAR, the Inter-Industry Conference on Auto Collision Repair. These podcasts are intended to help connect busy, on-the-go professionals in the collision repair industry, including insurance professionals, OEMs, and shop management. Our goal is to share knowledge that enhances your business performance and ROI while mitigating risk factors. Our host for episode number 1 in the series is Elise Quadrozzi, Director of Business Development with ICAR. Today we are discussing the subject of diagnostics and asking 3 of the industry's thought leaders to help us anticipate what the future holds.
Joining me are Mike Anderson, President Owner of Collision Advice, Gerry Poirier, National APD Strategy Manager for Farmers Insurance, and Jake Rodenroth, Director of Client Services with Collision Diagnostics Services. Some of you may have already seen or heard this trio of experts' views on the issue of diagnostics through a panel discussion and recorded Skype interviews in ICAR's new quarterly publication, Collision Reporter. Today we're circling back with Mike, Gerry, and Jake and focusing on the one question that has universal appeal for everyone listening. If there's a single issue that's being debated at every shop and among every collision repair professional in the country right now, it's diagnostics. Diagnostics has truly become one of the most pressing issues, and it's sparking the development of best practices industry-wide. That's why we're diving into one particular question that applies to anyone in the collision repair industry. Here's the question. When you look at all of the transformative milestones in the industry, diagnostics is sure to be recognized as one of them. Looking ahead, what can the industry anticipate 1 year from now? Let's hear Mike Anderson's thoughts about the question.
I believe 1 year from now that the scanning of vehicles and the recalibrations, I think this will be behind us. When I speak with different parties and entities in the industry, I don't believe that anybody has a problem with scanning vehicles or recalibrations. I think from an insurer standpoint, they just want to pay what's fair and reasonable. And they don't want to have a shop charge them, $1,000 when another shop only charges $100. So what's fair and reasonable? And I believe that in the next year, you'll see the information providers, specifically CCC, Mitchell, and Autotex, start to come out with labor times that will remove the frictional part of this, which is really about costs. I don't think anybody argues that it needs to be done. I think it's that the industry just needs to figure out, what is a fair and reasonable cost. I think the second thing is that the OEM manufacturers have come out with position statements saying that all vehicles need to be done. And I think that there just needs to be more proof shown to the insurance companies. There's an old saying that no doesn't mean no. No means they don't know enough to say yes. So I think as the OEMs make more attempts to educate some of the insurers about why this needs to be done, I believe that reasonable heads will prevail.
Mike makes an interesting point about how this issue is viewed from the perspective of both OEMs and insurers. It's important for everyone in the collision repair industry to maintain an ongoing and productive dialogue, which will help us resolve critical issues effectively so that we can move forward as a unified industry voice. Now let's listen as Gerry Poirier answers this same question.
Technologies are continuing to evolve. So I think you have a lot of vehicles now coming out, vehicle-to-vehicle communication, where scanning actually will be probably more prevalent coming up in a year with the newer vehicles. The autonomous vehicles that are coming out, that's going to be probably the next big wave of how do we handle these vehicles coming up.
Gerry is pointing out all of the many technology advances affecting today's vehicles, including autonomous vehicles. The rapid introduction of new technologies underscores why it is so crucial for the collision repair industry to have immediate access to the information, knowledge, and skills required to perform complete, safe, and quality repairs. That's one of the reasons why ICAR's Repairability Technical Support, or RTS portal, has become such a valuable and broadly used tool. And now let's hear what Jake Rodenroth thinks about how the future will shape diagnostics.
1 year from now, I think that pre and post scans, certainly post scans and post calibration scans will become the norm. I think that those are really non-negotiable, that they have to happen on every car. The pre-scans, I think there's going to be qualifiers around vehicles that get pre-scanned, and that makes sense. There's a lot of, based on trim level of the car, it could have 50 control modules, it could have 30 control modules. So I think that there's going to be some qualifiers around which vehicles get pre-scanned, but I think the post-scans and post-calibration scans are not negotiable, and hopefully the industry moves towards that thought.
And that was Jake, emphasizing how pre- and post-scans are becoming the norm in today's shops. As more and more OEMs release position statements on scanning, we're certain to hear more about this very important subject. Thanks to all three of our experts for their thoughts on what they believe the industry can anticipate 1 year from today related to vehicle diagnostics. I'd now like to jump in and provide some reflection and expand upon a few thoughts shared by our experts, and then offer some closing thoughts to this very first Driving the Conversation podcast. Vehicles have become increasingly complex within the last few years, and technology will continue to drive rapid and profound changes in the collision repair industry. Much of the work that was previously mechanical is now diagnostic, and driverless vehicles are not too far down the horizon. There is currently a wide variety of training material available for diagnostics, and shops and insurance carriers need to be taking diagnostics and vehicle and technology-specific training to keep up with all of the changes. Proper training and knowledge are so critical today and will become even more so in the next few years. In addition, every vehicle is unique and requires specific repair procedures. iCar has worked diligently to make training as effective and easy as possible for everyone in the industry. Several years ago, we introduced our RTS portal so that technical information can be accessed immediately by everyone who requires it. We also recently launched our OEM calibration portal, giving auto-physical damage appraisers and collision repair professionals an effective way to navigate the calibration requirements that are part of today's advanced driver assistance systems. This is another example of how we're using technology effectively to deliver needed information in a timely manner. As always, our objective is to serve the industry by enhancing the efficiency and accuracy of our tools, programs, and services. iCar has always valued its close working relationship with OEMs, insurance companies, and collision repair shops, and we work very hard to foster these relationships. Please ask us about the many ways we can work together to assist you in getting the information you need to perform complete, safe, and quality repairs for the ultimate benefit of the consumer. Our organization will continue to develop and distribute valuable collision repair information to the industry in a timely manner. We're also committed to keeping you updated about the latest technological developments, trends, and issues in a variety of ways, including Collision Reporter magazine and podcasts such as this one.
This concludes iCar's first Driving the Conversation podcast. I hope you've enjoyed listening and that you'll tune into future podcasts by subscribing to the series through iTunes. Founded in 1979, iCar is an international not-for-profit organization dedicated to providing the information, knowledge, and skills required to perform complete, safe, and quality repairs. You can learn more about how iCar is supporting the industry with innovative collision repair training products and services by visiting i-car.com. Thanks for listening.